did start the stream, but we're going to be live in 12 seconds. So, but yeah, we're just talking, chilling, no pressure. We're just chilling and talking. That's really it.
Nice.
All right, awesome. We are live. This is the first
Yeah.
idea that I have of having a podcast. You know, like I have many other ideas throughout my streams and videos and stuff, but having it on Twitch and YouTube is a pretty cool idea. Right now, I got my cool, awesome friend I met. I think over a year ago, I met him, and I thought about bringing him on as one of my first episodes for the podcast. I don't have any sound effects or anything, not yet. I'll look into that. But we have Tyrese Williams on the podcast today for
Hello.
Twitch and YouTube. So here he is, right here.
Hello. Hello. Yes. Man, I'm excited about this. Honestly, uh, this is pretty dope. I mean, I like the podcast thing. I mean, podcasts
Yeah.
are pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a nice little idea that I had. I was like, a lot of other people have podcasts, so I might as well bring out a podcast idea too, to my channel because everyone's kind of doing it. But always have your own spin on it and be able to be distinct and unique with it at the same time. So, mainly we're just
Yeah.
gonna be talking about what we have planned and what we could bring to our fan base already. He has his own fan base, I have my own fan base, and we're looking to expand our fan base as much as possible. So being able to, excite more people, motivate more people, give more people more knowledge, more insight on things, definitely helping them out. And we have a few ideas coming up pretty soon.
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, there's some real cool stuff that I just been brainstorming on for the last. There's some ideas I just been chewing on for like the last 4 months now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just really interesting stuff. I'm a horror fan, man. Brooks, I always been a horror fan and stuff like that
Right. Mm-hmm.
since I was way younger, like back in the day, and just growing up watching Halloween, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist, and Hellraiser, and all those movies. And
Yeah.
um, the ideas that I have, man, I don't. I mean, there's so much, and I really want to like get into it. And it's all I can say is it's going to bring people back to. It's going to remind them of like '90s horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have a '90s vibe to it, but it's going to take place in present day.
Yeah, I like that so much. We just gotta follow. My alerts are kind of weird, but whoever followed, thank you so much. I'll try to fix it. I mean, it's fixed, but I'm not fully sure if I can see it. But thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We're streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. We're multi-streaming out here, and we're just playing a little bit of World War Z on the stream right now, and talking about some great ideas that me and Tyrese has.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just watching Halloween, um, the Rob Zombie movie, which is crazy. It's more crazy than I remember seeing it when I was a younger.
The stream, welcome to
Um,
the channel. We're streaming.
the movie just gives me like I don't know. I love the cinematography. Like Rob Zombie's always been like really good with cinematography.
Yeah.
His story, his writing is okay, but his the dude's got a good eye for like detail and cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn.
That's
but
good. You know.
but the Halloween movie that I have in mind is somewhat like I said, it has a '90s vibe to it,
Yeah.
but it's a present day timeline, and I just really like want the set design to be really cool. I want pumpkins, jack o' lanterns, and costumes, and whenever we do like street shots, I always want there to be like maybe some type of wind blowing or some kind of leaves falling, and I just want the atmosphere, the fall atmosphere, to be itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you go back and watch the original Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, the 1978 original. There's that scene in the movie when Laurie Strode's walking, and
Right.
it's like it has to be at least like 9, 10 at night. It's dark outside, the wind's blowing, and then you hear like the piano music playing, the really slow, subtle. Like it's just letting you know something's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
So I want that vibe in my movie, but I want us to twist it to our own.
Our like own unique spin, our like our own idea inside of like many other ideas.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
And it's man, it's so there's so many things that I have planned, like going back to set design, bro. Um, Set design, the lights, the Halloween decorations, um, just like little things that just that audience, like the audience would just notice, viewers would just notice little things.
Hmm.
There's always like throughout the whole movie, there's always just this. It just does not stop till the end. We got the detail from the porch. There's the scenes when the killer's walking. Um, I want the killer to be like a certain height, even maybe like a little bit of dark around the eyes.
Mm.
Just
So
always this, yeah,
yeah, so like cosmetology people, you want like a whole cast, is what you're saying. You want like a whole set of people to help you, if
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
If we can find the people, yeah. Because we're doing this locally, right? We're doing this around our area.
I would love to, but then again, if 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 we can travel and do other locations, that would be good. Only if we can,
Okay.
and that would be fun if we could, because then,
That would be crazy.
oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah,
My one
bro, that
boy, he
was
wanted to do a documentary. I'm looking to see to get him on. And for the podcast, he wants to do a documentary for his past friend that passed away, I think 2 years ago.
oh
And
man,
yeah, like he wants to do one about like what she did for other people, her accomplishments, like the whole thing, a whole documentary. So um he's looking to travel too with what he's trying to do as well.
wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's always good to have certain people around you, like who have all these different experiences of traveling, and I mean, because I know so many people, man, or
Hmm.
still getting to know new people even now
Yeah.
who have these rare stories that only few can tell.
Right.
And it's like, what the hell? It's like, you went through that? Oh, I'm sorry. Or it'd be something good, but it's just awkward.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's like people got that
Like,
unique story, that's like unheard of to many people. It's just like, I want to know more about this person. So that opens up to like that person writing a book, that person doing a podcast, that person doing an interview, like doing conferences and stuff, like helping people, talking to people, opening up a clinic and stuff like that for other people that went through a similar path. So all that stuff comes up when someone goes through the trenches. When someone goes through that, they want to help another person and be able to not have the role so hard for them.
right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having that experience, man, you can. that takes you along, and you gain like a lot of wisdom too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just really cool.
Being
It's
smart
really
with it.
cool.
Yeah, being smart and being able to be like that person coming out. Like, hey, like this happened to me. I know it's gonna happen to you, so like I'm not trying to have the role so hard for you.
Exactly, and that's another reason why there's a such thing as good parents,
Uh-huh.
because it's good to have those parents that show you like, or just someone you can look up to.
Right.
Uh, Having those individuals, or I mean, you know, like back in the day, it was like it takes a village to raise a child,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that still is true to this day, even though we're living in. I don't think living in 2021 should change. Don't get me wrong. There's reasons why nowadays certain things are different for a lot of reasons, and I don't, you know, for those reasons I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
But we all know, like, when you're, I mean, when I was a kid and I was in school, I was disciplined by teachers who had the right to discipline me because I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I did something wrong,
Yeah.
and I didn't know it was wrong until I found out, you know?
Yeah, you mean by discipline like that old school discipline, or like just like calling your parents or some crap?
A little bit of both, but more of the second part, because
Oh, okay.
I know like the early 2000s, teachers wasn't allowed to beat kids,
Mm-hmm.
like, or to like, you know, take the old school ruler to the hand.
Yeah, I hate that shit. Like, you shouldn't. That shouldn't be the answer at all. You know, there's so many ways to communicate to somebody. You don't have to use physical harm to that person.
Exactly. My dad only had to. I remember when my dad told me this story. We were sitting down and we were playing Xbox 360. This was like 2006,
Okay,
and I
you
was
guys
a
are
little
playing together.
kid. Yeah, he had an Xbox 360, and I think the next year after that, he got me one for Christmas,
Oh, okay,
and I
okay.
was super happy. So now we both had 360s to play, and I remember my father telling me, and I was just talking to him last night, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember my father telling me like, when you were a kid, when you were a baby or toddler, per se, it only took me 2 times to spank you to get you to learn how to use the pot, because you didn't listen when you was younger like that. You were a little hard headed, but it only took my dad like maybe 2 times to pop me on my butt to make me listen. And I wasn't a bad kid. My father to this day does not bullshit around with me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
He's a good dad, but he'll definitely tell you if you're tripping.
Right.
You
Like, you
know,
messing up,
like,
man. Like, you doing too much. Come on now.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have several seats.
Right. I hear
You
you.
know, yeah. Um, but um, so I'm a huge comic book person.
Mm-hmm.
I really dig the comic book stuff. Always kind of really have. Uh, I recently was just looking at some Spider-Man, some like new Spider-Man comic book stuff and video games. Really, just anything that has to do with like geek culture.
Yeah, I can't even get the PS5, man. Like, it's so hard, man. Like, I'll have to like probably go up to like Woodbridge from where we are, and just be able to like wait outside at Best Buy. Like, I can't even get the freaking PS5 at all. It's like extremely difficult.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy. The PS5. I heard people got like
That
robbed for that thing.
that's crazy. Like, people getting robbed. Yeah, people getting like hurt for like a piece of plastic, metal, circuitry. Like, it's too much, man. But
Yeah. It's
people
like,
want
come on,
some crap.
people.
People want some
Yeah,
crap they
it's
don't
called a
really
job.
understand. Yeah, yeah. It's like be able to get your own, but You got to be able to, you know, get through the bullshit and get that PS5 somehow. But because I plan stuff out. Like you know this about me. I plan stuff out and I put everything into a structure for
Right.
a certain type of
Execute,
happiness, certain type of happiness and success to execute easily. So when I'm trying to get this PS5, I'm trying to be like a esports player. I'm trying to be like an esports gamer. So I'm trying to like work on playing on a system and playing on a PC. But I can't do that if I can't get the system. So it's like messing me up and all that. So I'm trying to get on certain teams and esports, but I can't because I don't have the system. It's like the worst scenario.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I know. I mean, I went without playing video games for like 3-4 years, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out on so much good stuff, man.
Yeah, there's a good amount of content out there that people make in video games. It's definitely worth it if you're into it. You know what I mean? I don't know how I died there. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do like I did like this drawing. I don't know what. I just did it. And it was like a drawing of Hellboy.
Hellboy?
Speaking of Hellboy. Oh yeah, speaking of Hellboy.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. If anybody loves Hellboy, oh man, you'll love the comics. The movies was now there's 3 movies. But if you love Hellboy, read the comic.
The comics go deeper, right?
Oh yes. Yeah. You want to know backstories? The movie tells you, but the books will literally give you just this whole new perspective of Hellboy.
Wow.
Like,
I might go get it. I might go get that comic.
Oh yeah. Word. Yeah, man. It's crazy. And yeah, I just have so much respect for just like the geek culture. Like I love Comic-Con, even though I've only been to, I've seen the outside of it in New York. I've never really been inside of it yet, but I have so much respect for the geek culture.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're around people who have like the same love for something that you do, and they've done it for years, and they just never gave a damn what nobody said about
they got
them.
the
Like,
same thrill, same ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's a serious thing, man. I mean, I used to be. I mean, I was one of those kids in high school that got like picked last in gym class.
Oh yeah. No, we ain't gonna get this kid. This kid too much, man. Ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, like look at this kid. We don't want him on our team. Rah stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
I was that kind of kid, and then but people always loved like my drawings. I think I got my first girlfriend in high school because she liked my art. And I was like, oh, really?
Like, oh, wow, he draw good. He draw good. I'm gonna get him.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, thanks.
That's good,
I never
man.
got a date from the drawing, but yeah,
Hey, I guess you did now. This was back in high school, right?
Yeah, this was my sophomore year.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, this crazy. Oh man, I see. So I see. There's a lot of new Instagram things going on. I haven't posted. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I do post to Instagram. I just try to do it more now because I kind of like fell off on my Instagram game.
Right after the show, I'm definitely gonna give everyone your social so they can definitely keep up with you if anyone's interested in keeping up with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, and I love Instagram. In my opinion, I think Instagram's probably like because I'm an artist. I think Instagram is probably my favorite, and right next to YouTube. I love Facebook too. Facebook to me has always been comedic.
Yeah, they took over Mixer's platform. Like it used to be Beam, they used to be Mixer. Mixer used to be on Xbox. It used to be an application, and then now Mixer transformed into Facebook Gaming. That's pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Facebook gaming. That's
they changed up, so like they're able to show that like they can just take everything from everybody, But
wow.
they must have went
Oh
into
yeah.
like a partnership or some shit, and then now like some people from Mixer slash Beam probably went back to Twitch and went back to some other platform that they were. But yeah, like times are changing. Like if you don't know the algorithm, like know it now because it's gonna change in half a year to a year.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's so different, man. I love I love the Instagram algorithms, and like being an artist. Depending on what you as a person
Hmm.
like to see on your Instagram, when you tap the Instagram app icon and you open up Instagram, the first thing you want to see is what you love.
Right.
You want to see what you love to see and do. If you are a sports fan, when I tap the Instagram thing and it opens up, I want to see an ESPN post. You know what I mean?
Right. That ESPN coming out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I love to open up Instagram and see what it is I love. It motivates me, man.
Hmm.
Motivating. It's like a little. It's like a little rush.
Right. Yeah. It's like dopamine effects. That's what it is. It's a chemical in your
Word.
brain that like you keep scrolling, you keep getting something new. It's a good feeling in your head. So that's why people are stuck on
Yeah.
it because they knew how to get into people's minds. I wouldn't be surprised like a psychologist was a part of making Instagram. Like the scroll up and down a format of a phone. Like we got so used to it that like we don't think there's any other way. But there's so many other ways to look at a phone. Like you can look at it through horizontal and all that stuff, but
Oh yeah,
people
for sure.
love like the new thing popping up on their phone, so they just got really used to that. And then now people are able now to make other ideas, but they got stuck on that up and down feature, man. And once Instagram and Facebook was doing that, man, like they took off, and then they have all the people just kind of just stuck on their app.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Instagram is like a necessity now. It's it's become more of a priority too for artists. I mean, I know a lot of artists who, for any artist out there, Instagram is a must,
Yeah, they do their marketing
in
on
my
there.
opinion. Yeah, I feel like it's just, I mean, so many artists just recommend it because it's never been so easy before to just contact people.
Hmm.
It's just crazy. It's like, it's never been so easy to just email people and contact people, even celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like you could DM like Lil Wayne. You could DM Lil Wayne and Cardi B at the same time.
Yeah, if they want to open it up. Is it open? Is that open to them? Like some of them might want to keep that closed. They always put that as an option.
Yeah, some of them do. Well, here's the thing. I actually tried to call Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, you did?
I tried to and it didn't go through.
Okay,
And I was
okay.
like, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna go through, but I just did it anyway.
True, man. You got to do what comes to your mind. Like what naturally comes to your mind, you just do it, man. You just live
Yeah.
life without any regrets. Because people put regrets on themselves. Like you can think like it's a regret, but you really just like forgetting about it, and that's natural and normal. But it's something that keeps coming at you, man. That's something you want to do, and it's always possible.
Oh yes, yes, man, for sure, for
Hmm.
sure. I never like, I don't. I'm not the type to give up on what I want.
Yeah.
If I see something I want, I'm going to do what I got to do to get to it. I practice and train and wake up early and do what I got to do to do it. you know?
Exactly. It helps, man. It really does.
Yeah. And I'm not taking no for an answer. You
Exactly.
know, taking no for an answer means that if you let someone tell you no, that means that you're accepting less.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I want to be, I want to be the next Todd McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, well, da da da. Well, you know, oh, that's a lot of work. And da 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 da. I mean, well, yeah, of course, I know that.
It's a lifestyle, man. That's what it's about. The whole
Yeah,
lifestyle. People forget that.
yeah,
People don't add that in, you know, being able to like make this your life, you know, making filmmaking your life, drawing, arts and crafts, like putting sculptures up in your house, in your like your ninth house, you know what I mean, like going into
oh
real
yeah,
estate, going into basketball, computer science, just being able to have art as like the thing that you do is a magnificent idea, because that's what you seek in life, that's what you look at, and that's what you feels like that you want to happen, is to do art all the time.
right, exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. And and I I'm like the person. I was watching a movie and it was about it was about cooking,
Yeah.
and one of the chefs. Now there was the head chef who was the one who was training the student chefs, and it's not Gordon Ramsay, but it
I was
was.
kind of thinking about that. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay.
But I love Gordon Ramsay because he is the real deal, though.
Yeah.
But in this movie, there was a scene where the student chef, she ended up dropping something or messing up something. And here's the unique part of this movie. There's plenty of unique moments in the movie, but here's one of them is when she messes up one of the dish that she had to cook, and he tells her, say sorry to the dish.
Say
And
sorry
I'm
to the
like,
dish.
I'm, I'm like, what? And I didn't get it at first, but it's
Because
like,
food is life. That's why.
yeah, like, don't you love this? It's like you have to cherish that. So you have to apologize to this this thing. You have to apologize to this thing that you love
Hmm.
for whatever she did. Because I think it was a situation in the movie where she ended up turning her back on what it is that she loved,
Wow,
and
it's crazy.
she had to yeah she had to apologize to that which she loved in return to it. And I was
Can't
like,
turn your
wow, that's
back
like
on
a
that. You know, you can't turn your back
no,
on what you want to do. You know, something you believed in, you can't just give up.
no, oh no, because at that point you're a quitter, and
Right.
you know if you don't want to be a quitter, well, don't be a quitter. You know, it's
Exactly.
just as simple as that. You gotta. I mean, I know. I mean, it took me how long to get my driver's license, and after expiration after just being a nonstop like just studying on my
Like the
road test,
book,
and
like the road test.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really just started to see everything, and it all made sense. It just was clear to me, like,
Hmm.
here's how you parallel park, and boom, I just watched the videos until I got it,
It's
and I
crazy.
literally just did it over and over again.
Hmm. I
And
mentally like prepared myself for the road test, and like I passed it. Like my first time, I was so happy. Like I mentally was preparing myself. Like I practice it in real life, but then I constantly did like the hand movement and the thought of parallel parking. You know, that's like the biggest part. It's the parallel park. Once you do that, you're good. It depends on where you are in the DMV, but all I had to do was parallel park, and I got my license. But I constantly went over it and
Yeah.
over it and over it. So I proved that doing repetition was really important, because if you don't do your repetition, you forget it instantly. But if you do your repetition 100, 200, 1,000 times, it's right there for the taking.
Oh yes. Yeah, for sure, man. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that right there, what you just said, is an advice that we both will have forever, because
Yeah.
it's just like with drawing. And
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
this is a true thing. I mean, even the
Yeah.
pros say the same thing. Jim Lee, who is a professional comic book artist, has said it himself. If you stop drawing for, I, I say, a good week or two, you will start to forget fundamentals.
Yeah.
You will start to forget. Your mind, it'll become blurry until you start doing it again. And
Stuff.
it's very important to be consistent. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, losing that consistency is really tough if like the individual hasn't really built a foundation of being consistent. But that's definitely true.
right?
Like if you stop doing your art, you're doing and fulfilling someone else's art, just in a different way, But being able to find your art and being able to multiply it, you won't have to do it so much anymore. Being able to constantly practice drawing, constantly practicing basketball, constantly practicing, your swoops and your swirls and your straight lines. Like doing that, you become someone that's unheard of, someone that's unique, you know. But that shit
Oh
is
yeah,
it's deep. It's mad deep altogether.
right. Yeah, man. I mean, I look at people like Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. to GOAT,
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace,
and
Kobe.
for real, man. Michael Jordan's um just like his slam dunks and his skill on the court, his skill, man. Even with Michael Jackson, I mean,
Yeah,
Michael Jackson's. I noticed like in his videos and his live performances, like when he's in concert and he does that freaking spin, it's like, dude, that spin. He makes it look so easy.
it's like light on his toes. Looks like he's on a cloud.
Yeah, I'm
He's just
like, what
spinning.
the hell? He's
Yeah,
like he's like Tasmanian devil when he's like running on smoke.
yeah. Pretty much. He's just like he's going in 360, 720 like automatically. He did
For real.
he did a 1080 I think one time. He spun 3 times in a row without
Oh
breaking.
man.
Man went
That
crazy.
Yeah, Michael was that dude.
Yeah, man. But
He
yeah,
had
like
girls
all the
like
legends.
fainting.
Oh, yeah, because like all the legends got it. All the legends got that like killer mindset or that unique intelligence to just go after it. And everyone has that intelligence. Everyone has that ability to speak really well, draw really well, run really well. You just have to practice it. We all made it through the fallopian tube somehow. We made it through the whole thing. We're the ones picked to be alive in this world, so be like going through that, we have a small chance of being in this world, and we made it. You just have to get through the other percentages, that are out there in the world naturally, and all the percentages out made by human beings, systematically and by society, to do what we love at the end of the day, being able to get through all the shortcomings, that people make and make them into our superpowers. Crazy.
Having a passion is important. I mean, I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for what I love. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's important because it saves me. It
Right.
saves me. It's
Yeah.
like it's that thing that love for something. It just I mean, it's like that girlfriend that you just don't want to let go.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, it's not trying to leave you. It's not
Right.
going to leave you. You're the one who leaves. The thing is, you need to leave it or you stay.
Right.
And it's dope because it's like, yo, this thing I want it forever. I want it, and I want to do it forever. And I want to draw until my hands hurt. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want arthritis, but I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Like take care of yourself. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, cause like going through life itself and society, like all of that
Mhm.
ability is systematically trying to take it away from you. Like no, 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 go to college. No, 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 no. Marry this type of girl that has money. Marry this type of guy that has money, and make kids and happily ever after. There's more to life than doing three, four things that is very common to a point where like you don't even want to do it. Like maybe you want multiple wives, you maybe want to practice polygamy, which is multiple wives. Maybe a woman wants multiple husbands, which is I forgot the word that it is, but I know about polygamy, and that is wild that a lot of Muslims and Middle Eastern people are able to do. That's a different type of life. But then it's something completely different in America, in North America and South America. You go and marry one person. So the culture and society try to like paint a picture of his own, but everyone has their own picture to paint, and it's just up to that individual to find it for them.
For sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is, man. It's it's it, it- it's important to know or to find that thing that makes you want to get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I've learned lessons as I'm only 26, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not like. But from what I know as a 26-year-old, it's important to it's important to have something that you can do that keeps you motivated and keeps you just I don't know, like it's almost magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's like a big up thing.
yeah, it's not something that I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's just I don't know. It's just if you know, you know. You know, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. You're saying that like your ability to um have your own unique craft is something that is lost in human nature. Like something like oh, like you build this, you build that, but you should do this in school, or like you go here, you go there. But I think that's better because everyone else is doing it. So but having that craft really makes the human unique, and all humans have to be unique at the end of the day. So just having that ability being taken away is crazy.
for sure, man. It's important, man. To yeah, but I on another note, I had some oh man, can I just take a moment to talk about the new Halloween movie coming out
Oh
this
yeah, sure.
October?
Yeah, man, it's your podcast. It's your episode.
Thanks, man. Oh man, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, holy shit.
Hmm.
What are we about to get ourselves into this October?
I did not see it.
Whew. Oh man, yo, I'm a Halloween fan. See, this is kind of a treat for Halloween fans because Jamie Lee Curtis is back and it's almost surreal.
Yeah.
Like we haven't seen Jamie. She was in a 2018 one too, but we haven't seen Jamie Lee Curtis in a Halloween movie since 2002.
So like, what's the movie called? It's called Halloween.
Halloween Kills. My bad. For everybody listening, this movie's Halloween Kills, and it comes out October 15th.
All right.
And
Check that out. Check that out. Free advertising for the Halloween. We have no affiliation to it whatsoever.
yeah,
But it's
and
worth it because I guess it's that good to display it in this type of matter, you know. You're that Halloween guy, you're that horror guy, and you have so many great ideas you want to bring out.
for sure. And that's even with the upcoming horror fan film that we're doing. There's so many other plans and ideas. Things are going to be subject to change, and I want my friends' advice. I want Brooks' advice. I want my other friends' advice to play a part because there may be things that I don't see that you might see or catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And I want to be able to collab and catch so we can all, because whatever I don't get, you might catch. Whatever you don't catch, the next person might. And we'll sit down, we'll talk about these things, and we'll make these decisions on what we think is rather rather it be appropriate, or maybe it's too much, or maybe one of the actors or actress might not be down to do it because it goes against what they believe in or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. So like making sure everyone's comfortable too.
Right, exactly. I never want to make it a weird environment. Because I myself don't like to be awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like awkward people that ask awkward. Like, if someone asks you to do something and you know it's awkward, like,
It's like
that's
go
not
ahead
a
and rob that
position.
store. Go ahead and rob that store.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Like, nah.
I want to scratch my head and just look the other way.
Right. It's not worth it.
Yeah, man. It makes for a really good work atmosphere because then we all just getting along and everybody just seeing eye to eye. I mean, you never want to be working with people that have like that side eye at you.
Yeah, yeah. The bad energy.
Oh hell no. That right there, it's like cut. Okay, what's wrong with everybody? I feel let's talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those type of guys. It's like, all right, let's just get to it. What's wrong? You
Talk it
know?
out, you know. Don't keep pent up anger, pent up energy, you know, in the body. It
Yeah,
destroys it. It destroys it over time.
right. So what can we do? You know what I mean? Okay, you don't like that, you got a problem. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Let's find a solution so we can nip it in the bud and we can move on, you know?
Right.
I think that's important because we need that healthiness as a crew. If we're gonna work together, we gotta work together with the right energy, you know?
Yep.
I mean, and I've learned this just with having jobs. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
got your coworkers who you work with who might not see eye to eye with you, but for the sake of getting the job done, we just put our differences aside or something like that. Or if it gets too bad, it's just like we go to a manager and the manager or the boss or whoever, the higher up, sits
Mm-hmm.
down and talks to that person and we get to the bottom of it. That's kind of like, you know, and I feel like, cause me and I'm gonna get to like kind of like a psychological state where it's like
Sure, sure.
sometimes sometimes we hold in so much from our past and even our present, which eventually becomes what happened yesterday, and then we internalize that.
Yeah.
and sometimes we never say nothing about it until it's just one of those things that we either let it eat us up or we get it off of us.
Mm. Yeah,
You
like
know,
keeping everything in tuned, like it's really needed. It's really needed to keep everything in tune. Like one bad thought, one bad energy, everything falls apart. So like having your idea being the forerunner for your soul and like what you're trying to do is the right way to go. Not like a random energy, because like those moments are supposed to be temporary. But when people forget it, it's like, oh man, like I'm gonna hold on to this and I'm not gonna let it go. It becomes permanent in the mind and they can't break free, and then they
right?
they mess up their whole body, they mess up their energy, the people around them, the people they met, the people they known for a long time. It just dies out, and it's because of that one bad moment that was held on to their psyche.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, man. That's it. I mean, I've learned how to, me personally, myself. I'm kind of speaking about myself a little bit because it's like,
Mm.
I've gotten over certain things. I mean, even in high school, I mean, I graduated 8 years ago, but there's certain things that I hold on. A lot of it I let go, but there's just like those little remnants of things that I still am kind of upset about that happened
Yeah.
because it's like the, oh, why me, why did I have to be the one? But then you're like, dude, but then you got to remember, because you could be doing good, but then all of a sudden you have like this flashback of what happened. Even though you're doing good today and you're not in the same shoes and position in life that you were back in high school, you may have a little flashback of something that happened a couple years or a few or what, 10 some
Yeah.
years ago.
And that flashback will always be like that one little thing that really doesn't matter. You see it like 3 4 years later, it's like, that doesn't matter, but it still holds on to him pretty much from like from what you're saying. So
Yeah, yeah. And I've learned that it doesn't matter. I've been turned down by girl. I've been talked. I've been bullied. I've been all of those things. But guess what? I'm I'm a person today who that stuff didn't phase.
mm-hmm.
Because if I would have let that thing control me, I wouldn't be the guy I am today. Because I would have
Yeah,
let that get the best of me. You know.
exactly. It would just tear down the mind and soul and body. You wouldn't be who you are today. And like there's always that one thing that like we could push for, and it might be that one thing that is holding us back. We gotta be able to see it in a mature way and then just let it go and be able to manifest anew in that area of our minds. The mind is so strong, you
Exactly.
know. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The mind is very strong, brother. Uh,
hmm
I mean, I don't even think we use the full capacity of our brains.
yeah. And there's so much speculation towards that. There's so much in that area of like, yeah, we got to use more of our brain. Like how? I think we are. You know what I mean? There's so many opinions like behind it. But it is what we can
Yeah.
like understand so far in the 21st century.
Doesn't it sound deep when I say this? The mind in the ocean.
Oh,
It's like the ocean, like the mind in the ocean, and then you got like space. And it's like, dude, like, the mind is so deep. And it's like, well, the ocean is so deep. And it's
mm-hmm.
like, whoa. Because in your mind, even though you're not in the ocean, in your mind, you can picture things in the ocean, and you can picture yourself like first person vision, going deep down into the ocean and just seeing stuff. Even though you're just sitting in your car.
Yeah, yeah, that's mad deep, honestly. Yeah, because like our minds are so deep we can't understand it. The ocean's so deep where we're still discovering parts of the ocean, and it's the 21st century. You know, like the Earth's been around for millions of years, but we've been around for thousands of years, but we're still trying to figure it out. And in space, we can't even understand it. You know, we can't fully understand space. Those are three things we can't fully understand yet in the time that we're in.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Very it's a very I wouldn't say it's not weird, but it's somewhat it's just one of those things where you ponder on it and you just like it's one of those things that make you ponder on something and then you kind of
Yeah.
like have to snap out of it because
Yeah.
it's like you'll
You
sit
get
there
too
for
deep.
hours.
You get way too deep in it. It's like, it's been like 5 hours. You've been thinking about it.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is fun. I like the podcast thing. I
Yeah.
like to listen to a lot of movie soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean is not the actual band or musician. I mean like the actual score music of the movie.
Yeah, like you'll go through it and like what, Apple Music or Spotify or something, like they have those on there, like the movie
Oh
soundtrack.
yeah, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm a Spotify type of dude.
Yeah, me too. I just use Spotify. It's convenient.
Yeah, Spotify is good for me. That's probably all I need. And I listen to like the King Kong 2005 uh, score music, and there's this one track called Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
and it's by James Howard Newton, and it's one of my favorites of all time because I would say I would put that in my top five. It's definitely in my top five of best score music in history.
For sure.
It's worth a listen. I'm pretty sure it's already probably on. If you've seen the movie King Kong 2005, the Peter Jackson King Kong 2005, you
Yeah, I might
probably
have.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely worth. If you've seen the movie, you probably already fell in love with the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because music's such a big part. Like, there's so much, like, what do you call it? I guess there's so much, drawing a blank. I mean, I guess there's a lot of like power and the music, the film, like having the right lens. There's so much detail into different arts. So like in film, the music is such a strong component where if your music is off, the movie might be off, or like if the actors are off, like the whole set might be off. So being able to have the ability to make great music and a great film and having great people like around the players and the actors is amazing. You know, having a nice set and all that too, it really helps out with having a nice movie overall. So, and those movies take forever too. Like those movies go for like a year, and then we might have to pull it back for 2 months, another year. So like people have been making movies. I heard like the longest movie ever made was like, I think it was Roots. It was like 25 years or something, and then some other movie was like 15 years to make. So there's
Wow.
there's movies that like take a very long time, and then those are the movies that get the most awards. You know, because you put in so much positive energy, you put in so much thrill, so much like amazing work into it. You know, the more you do that, the more awards, if they're aiming for that. But I guess they aim for something to be remembered forever.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
those are the things. Like going back to King Kong, which is a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's movies. I mean, and you got to remember, Peter Jackson directed The Lord of the Rings way before he did King Kong.
That's crazy. So he did two big movies.
Yeah, Peter Jackson is literally. I mean, he's in my opinion, he's one of the goats because he's definitely right up there with what's his name? I'm trying. It'll come back to me, but
Mm.
Peter Jackson is he's definitely amazing. I mean, I saw King Kong in 2005. I was 10 years old when I saw it,
Yeah.
and I was in theaters, and I was watching this. I mean, imagine being a 10-year-old who loves dinosaurs, who loves monster movies, and you go see a 3-hour phenomenon like this as a 10-year-old. Imagine what that does
Blows
to
your
you.
mind. Blows your mind. Yeah. Crazy.
Dude, I walked out of the theaters and I look like I got electrocuted.
Like I loved
Like,
it. I loved it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Ooh, wow." I was obsessed with that movie.
Yeah.
My grandmother bought it when it came out on DVD, and I came home from school one day. She had it sitting right on the table, and she was like, "Look." She
There's your
said, "Look on the
movie.
table." I was like, "Ah."
Yeah, that's
And
amazing. Yeah. Really brought out some
I went
joy.
crazy. Yeah. And now here it is, 2021, and now I can just rent it on YouTube for like $4. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Wait,
crazy,
so do you
man.
still have that DVD?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but I might just buy it again just so I can have it.
True. Yeah, it brought back. It's a good memory. You know, you want to be able to have great things that remind you of great moments of your life.
Yeah. My childhood, man, my childhood is, I mean, there's so many moments of my childhood that I wish I could relive because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was, like I said, King Kong. My goodness, the score music for that damn movie is so good. When I was just 10 years old, I'm getting passionate talking about this. If you haven't
Yeah.
noticed,
Yeah, yeah. No, I can see it. I can hear it.
like watching this movie and listening. First of all, the visuals was amazing. The story was amazing. Then the
Yeah.
music was amazing. And I'm like a 10-year-old kid. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I was here. Here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. The original King Kong in 1933.
Yeah.
Catch this. Peter Jackson fell in love with the original King Kong, made remade King Kong because he King Kong is his favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. This was in 1933.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a while ago.
yeah. He was however old when he saw it, and then after directing The Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson went and directed King Kong, which was his favorite movie of all time. And here I am in theaters watching this movie like Peter Jackson was watching the original.
That's
And
crazy.
this movie had probably the biggest influence on me as a kid than any movie. Don't get me wrong. Many movies I went to see in theaters or TV had plenty of influences on me and my
Halloween.
creativity.
What was
Halloween
it?
for sure.
Friday on Elm Street. If I'm saying
Yeah,
it right. Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah,
Nightmare. Yeah, yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street scared the hell out of me as a kid.
yeah.
My
Right.
mom, yo, bro, my mom was like, "Yo, come here. You gotta watch this movie." I'm like, "I don't want to watch it." She's
Spooked you
like,
out.
"Yeah." She's like, "Come here, please. Come sit down."
Yeah.
She was like, "Just." So I'm sitting on the couch next to my mom. The movie
Uh,
literally starts like the title of the movie haven't even hit the screen yet. It's still starting. So it's like, okay, now I'm sitting down. My mom's like, "Just watch TV," and I'm like, "All right." So going on and on, you see Freddy Krueger on the screen. I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
oh yeah, like is it? It's in black and white, right? No. And then he has that angle. and the camera's kind of pointing up to him.
Yeah, there's one scene in the movie like that, and you can't see his face, but you can see his blades. You can see the glove.
That's crazy.
And I'm like,
That's
oh,
spooky.
shit.
That's spooky shit.
Yeah, I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want,
Right.
I don't want no parts of that.
What's going on? Why is he holding it like that?
Yeah, I'm like, what's he gonna do with those?
Right. And like,
You
this
know,
is the wait. How old is the first one? Or I guess someone only made one movie of it, right? The Nightmare on Elm Street.
There's probably a good 8 of them, but this was the original, the 1984 one.
1984. Okay.
And Robert Englund, who is still alive, and he's definitely good. He's one of the best. Robert Englund played Freddy. I don't think there'll ever be another Freddy Krueger if it's not Robert Englund.
True. Yeah. A lot of remakes made those Freddy Krueger costumes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they do remake it. They did a remake in 2010, but it was garbage.
Okay.
Only because it just felt rushed.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of, because like it's like the go era, like 2010 and up. Still, it's like everything has to be right now, has to be done in 1 year, has to be done in 2 months. It's like that's not the case, man. Like you don't have to have something right now. You know, a lot of people fail to realize that, but it's really a lost art having something authentic and unique being made.
Right. It doesn't feel unique. It doesn't have this it's missing character. It's missing something that's important. The flavor, it's missing the ingredients what made the original so special.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just feels like, okay, well, let's just do this and rah rah rah. Let's just get this movie in theaters and let's just make a ton shitload of money because of the name Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's like,
it's not the case.
No, it's not. And I'm passionate about this because I've watched the original as a kid, and I literally got a feel for what the original was. And then 2010, and I'm in high school in 2010. I'm like, what, sophomore?
Yeah.
And I go see Nightmare on Elm Street in theaters. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Like, this is horrible. This is not the case.
Like, it's hideous. But it's, you know, it was like, I don't know. It took me out of it the moment. It just kind of felt like a cheesy fan film. And with a whole bunch of, it's like it has a Hollywood budget, but it just felt like a cheesy fan film.
Yeah, that's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like the person was so much of a fan that he had to rush it and mess it all up. Like some fans mess that up a good amount of times. Like you'll be like a super fan, like a crazy fanatic, and you just mess up the series. Like, come on, man. Who gave this guy all this power to make a movie?
Yeah, man. It's like, come on, you gotta put some respect on Freddy's name.
Yeah, put some respect on his name. Shout out to who did that? Like Birdman. Shout out to Birdman. Put some respect on my name.
Word is fine, right?
Dude is crazy.
Yeah, man. It's cool to have. The one thing I will say is it's definitely cool to have horror movie friends because I mean, who doesn't like? I mean, come on, who doesn't like a good horror movie? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's always going to be people who don't like horror movies, and that's fine. But I mean, come on, who doesn't like a good ass horror movie?
Yeah, like, a lot of people be scared of it too. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So like also a question too. Like, do you like to go on roller coasters, like theme parks and stuff?
I do. There's just certain ones. I do. I actually really do. But after watching Final Destination 3, I
Yeah,
was
no
like,
more.
yeah.
They
I
stopped
was like,
making
you know what?
those.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna sit here.
No, I'm not gonna do that no more. I
But
feel you.
there's a yeah. Let me see. Carnivals. I'm not. See, here's my thing. There's a difference between a theme park and a carnival
Uh,
because carnivals pack rides up, whereas theme parks they stay there.
right.
Like Six Flags is a theme park, but the carnival comes to town and leaves. And I'm not a big fan of that because if you keep moving the ride around, and I feel like you kind of, I don't know. I've always had this thing about um taking down roller coasters and rebuilding them all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to travel with these giant construct, these giant things. You're traveling with them. You're putting them up. You're taking them down. You're traveling. You're putting them up. You're taking them down. You're doing the whole process all over again.
Right.
And it's kind of like I don't know. I'm just never really been a fan of that because I feel like it shouldn't be moved.
Yeah, like the one that I told you I was at Six Flags. The one at
Hmm.
Six Flags is pretty cool, but like some of them look kind of weird. But I'm not the one to be scared. I'm just saying that like I'd just go on certain roller coasters for a certain reason. But like
Right.
those don't move. Those are just like in one area.
Right. Yeah. I'm one of those skeptical type of people. Because carnivals, I've never really been the biggest on carnivals. I love theme parks because honestly, we went to Six Flags more than anywhere.
Mm-hmm. You and your family?
Hmm.
Nice. That's cool.
Six Flags was always my favorite place to go. My grandmother spoiled us with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you
we went
ever
to.
go to Fright Fest like when it was going?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. We got dressed up and went one year.
Nice. That's cool.
Because I had like the Jason mask with the hockey mask
Oh,
with
that's
the fake
cool.
blood on it and stuff, and I
Yeah, yeah.
dressed up with the little knife and shit like that. But yeah, I mean that was fun, and we got on rides with our costumes. We were about what? I think this was middle school. We was kind of like getting ready to graduate middle school, going into high school. Me and my
Yeah.
cousins, and we loved Halloween. Like Halloween was our shit. Like you know, we would. I mean, we would go to the Party City Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Halloween, whatever you're gonna call it. And
Party
we
City
go in.
was the area for sure. I went
Oh
to
yeah,
Party Fair for, first, but then if it was a Party Fair, I go to Party City.
oh yeah, for sure. And we had. Oh man, I love. I see. There's always that section in the Halloween store where it's like the scary stuff from like the bullshit,
Yeah.
and it's like if you really want to get scary, like it depends on what kind of Halloween fan you are.
Mm-hmm.
Are you into like the cute Halloween, or are you into like the horror Halloween?
Yeah. The horror is like the real shit, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Like the real
like yeah,
stuff, like escape rooms and you can't escape and wearing the costumes to your best detail and it's going crazy. Not just trick or treating.
oh yeah. Like you couldn't. Like I remember one year we actually went to a haunted house attraction, and it was Thurgood Marshall School,
Mm-hmm.
and um, we went there and we had our tickets. You had to get a ticket at the front desk, and we go to the back. And when
Word.
we got there was someone to greet us, and they was dressed up as the boogeyman or whatever you want to call it, and they would
Yeah.
let us in. We can only go in three people at a time, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And It was me, my cousin, and my friend, and we went in, and I'm telling you, there was like people. As soon as you went in, everything went straight pitch black, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Let's get him. Let's rob him.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy to
yeah, I
rob
was.
you, and then it was like a whole cahoots, a whole scam.
Yeah, and
Hopefully not.
then you see, yeah, you start chasing them, and then you see like a white van pull up, they all jump in and roll out, and I'm like, "What
Right.
the hell? We just got robbed!"
Like, what is this? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like get this driver's license number.
Right. It is license plate. Get everything.
Wow, that's funny as hell. I mean, if that really would have happened, it was like, that's why I'm taking your screen mask.
Right. It is crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, those were some good ass days, man.
For
Being
sure,
a kid
man.
on Halloween was amazing, and being a kid on Christmas, I don't
Hmm.
care what nobody say. Toys R Us was the shit. I
Right.
mean,
Now it's gone.
Toys R.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my
All the kids out there watching, man. We had Toys R Us. Toys R Us was the bomb. It was
Toys
something to
R
see.
Us, man.
Like all the
Yes,
toys you can get. It was just a store full of toys, man. But now that doesn't exist
yes.
no more. But
I
maybe
used to
someone's
get
gonna
some of.
remake it. But at the end of the day, some things shouldn't be remade. Like that 2010 Freddy Krueger movie, they fucked it up. They messed it up.
Oh
But
yes,
Toys R
yeah.
Us,
We
Toys
don't
R
need to
Us
see that no
can,
more.
yeah, like Toys R Us can just like lay to peace, I guess, and rest in peace to Toys R Us.
You know, nostalgia, man.
Hmm.
Nostalgia is so important. I love nostalgia. I'm getting nostalgic just thinking about. Did you see the video that went viral of an empty Toys R Us with "Hey There, Delilah" playing?
Nah, I didn't see it. I didn't see that video.
It was a, it was an empty Toys R Us, and the whole store was completely empty, just nothing but straight empty shelves and shit. And then you
Hmm.
hear on the radio "Hey There, Delilah" playing.
What? That's
I
crazy.
don't know why. It's just so sad. The comment section is like sad face emojis and
Oh man.
comments about everybody's childhood.
Like, oh, I remember going there and doing this.
Dude, I got
Crazy,
some of
man.
my best toys. Some of my favorite toys from my childhood came from Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, yeah. And then they introduced video games. They put video games in Toys R Us too. Oh man,
Yup.
that was crazy.
I got SmackDown versus Raw 2009 from Toys R Us.
You did? Wow. That must have
Yeah,
been a
for
great
Xbox
time.
360.
Yeah,
Yup.
that must have
That's
been
when
great.
Xbox. Yeah, man. I can't even. I mean, Oh my god. Oh man. I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, me too. Shit. I just like remembering that shit. It's like wow, like I really existed. When it existed, it was like the best time ever. But when it went, and that was the worst.
Oh man, I remember the day, man, when they announced it on. I saw the announcements on Google, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, like how's that possible? Like so many people went, like they weren't out of money, but they made it seem like they were.
Toys R
I'm
Us
pretty
was.
I'm pretty sure they went bankrupt or something, right?
I think so, and I'm gonna miss it, man. Remember the big toy book?
Yeah. The toy book
The
was
big
wild.
toy book.
Was it where you can write in it? I don't fully remember it though. I remember it being there, but you can like write inside the toy book.
Yeah, and I remember we were as kids. Our parents would take us up to Santa, and we sit on Santa's lap, and we had these papers from the toy
Hmm.
book. We used it, man. I'm telling you, it's so nostalgic, man.
Wow.
It was like what 2002, 2003, and oh, just for instance, 2003 was a different time. 2003,
Yeah,
like the
it
early
was different.
2000s.
I remember 50
Yeah, it
Cent
was a.
from 2003.
Oh
It was
man, yeah,
different.
yeah, he was way different.
Yeah.
We got a new 50 Cent now. This guy doesn't even look like himself anymore.
Yeah, he's all about business and money, which he should be, I
Yeah,
guess,
man.
coming from the hard parts of Brooklyn. He came from like the ghettos of Brooklyn or something.
for sure. Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
knows
man.
business, man. That man, I respect 50 Cent's hustle for sure. Because I remember, do you ever seen Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah, I did. That movie was crazy.
Dope movie, man. And then 8 Mile with Eminem,
Mm-hmm. Telling the
another classic.
story, telling the story of people coming through, man. It's wild because like they got so big and they helped and inspired so many people through the music. People want to know where they come from. So boom, a documentary, a movie of some kind. So it's definitely
Right.
worth watching because they help you in so many ways.
Yeah, man. I mean, 8 Mile. When I watched 8 Mile for the first time, I was a little kid because it came out like early 2000s, and I was just a little boy. But I remember Eminem didn't have it easy. Eminem was he didn't have it easy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people may think just because he's a white guy, oh,
Yeah.
he has all of this white privilege and all. The rappers today who don't like Eminem because of his, oh, well, who is this white kid to think he can rap in the black culture or whatever? And it's like
Yeah, just
you got to
judging him.
remember, yeah, they don't understand. Eminem's from the hood.
Mm-hmm.
This dude grew up in the hood of Detroit. So
Yeah, if
probably one
you're
of the
from the
worst
hood, you're from
hoods.
the hood. Doesn't matter what you look like.
Exactly. You know, Skin color doesn't play a part. I mean, the hood is the hood, and there's plenty. I mean, there's all different kind of races in the hood.
Yeah,
I mean, I could say that
Hispanic,
just
black, white, Asian. So
yeah,
it's kind
yep,
of funny seeing Asian gangster. In my opinion, it's like they have their own thing. They got their own idea of being able to be a gangster, be that guy, like have like a group of friends, just like escaping. Because mainly like having those gangs is really they're escaping reality. They're just tired of it. They don't want to go through it and do it through a legal way. They might make a gang and do some prostitution, drugs, graffiti, vandalism. So just to be out of the system, and they're tired of it. Like and/or not having that family around them to pick them up. They join a gang. So just places like that, man. Like it brings people together, but it destroys people at the same time. Being in the gang.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because if gangs, and I'm saying like, um, if I mean, you've heard of Bloods and Crips
Mm-hmm.
uniting together to help communities, and
Yeah, yeah. Like
like
they've been coming together for a while. It just people paint a picture of them being separate all the time. It's like that's not the whole story.
right, exactly, and I mean, there is good people out there, even though you may look at them and think that they, I mean, because even if they're in the even if they're in the streets, it doesn't mean that they don't have a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they don't even want to be doing what they're doing. Some don't get me wrong, there's idiots out there who think being a gangster. There's people out there who never grew up that in that lifestyle that want to be a gangster because they think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And for those people, they eventually either find out that that life ain't for you and you ain't got no business in the streets,
No.
or they get caught up. And, my thing is, if you're not from that lifestyle, if you're not about that life, don't play with it because it's not something that you should play with.
Exactly. It's not. It's not a toy. It's not Toys R Us. This is the hood. Ain't no Toys R
Oh
Us.
yeah.
Wasn't there like a few Toys R Us in the hood or no? Like I guess they moved out before they went bankrupt. Like
um,
Toys R Us was always in the suburbs.
yeah, Toys R Us was more in the suburbs in this area because the one that I know, the closest one that was around was in Eatontown.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one I went to. I was the go-to.
Yeah,
Like I remember,
yeah.
it
I
used to
mean,
be cop cars out there just to like direct people out. It would be like so many people trying to come in.
oh yeah, Toys R Us was like Toys R Us was something else different. And, oh, you know what else? What about Blockbuster?
Blockbuster too, man. All the classics
Oh
gone.
man,
But like they went out of
yes.
business because they wouldn't upgrade. They wouldn't do that idea. And like they're at a time where like they kind of needed to upgrade, but they didn't want to because I guess they wanted to be like their own thing. But when all those services came out, like people stopped going to Blockbuster, and then Blockbuster didn't want to, upgrade and become a service. They could have easily hired a computer scientist, boom, make us a service that people will come to on our website, make an app. But no, they just wanted to, I guess, in a sense, be original, but in a sense, not upgrade and update themselves to the people. So it's wild. It's crazy.
Yeah, because now you have Netflix and now you have Hulu, Disney Plus,
Hmm.
YouTube TV.
There is no
Uh,
chance of them coming back from all this stuff. Once I
no,
saw
oh hell no.
Netflix and Hulu, I was like, no, they're not coming back.
Yeah, HBO Max. You know what I mean? There's so
Damn.
many out there now. Like, nah, Blockbuster is just a nostalgic memory now. You
Hmm.
know,
A good time.
uh, good times, man. I definitely remember some good times. I used to rent Harry Potter movies. I loved Harry Potter as a kid, and I
Yeah,
loved The Land Before Time.
really.
Yeah, I loved. I was a huge dinosaur kid. I remember I rented The Land Before Time. I forget which one because there's a whole bunch of them. But I think it was season one. And then I rented Harry Potter, and after bringing those back, I
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah.
go in there and I used to get the other ones. I remember I had Fat Albert.
Fat Albert was a
Um,
classic.
yeah. What was the other one? Some horror movies. I had. I think Halloween. No, actually. Oh yeah, my grandfather used to buy me horror movies and stuff like. I mean, yeah, I was a little kid. My parents used to buy me horror movies, but you know, my mom bought me Spawn, the DVD, the movie
Spawn, yeah,
Spawn.
yeah, yeah.
She
I
bought
saw.
me
I
that.
think I saw that one. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, she bought me that one. She bought a whole bunch of like Jurassic Park, Land Before Time,
Mm-hmm.
Dinotopia,
You watch all
like
the good
anything.
ones.
Yeah, yeah, anything that
Yeah,
had to do with dinosaurs and stuff, I was on it as a kid. Like,
yeah.
man, I was big on dinosaurs growing up. Man, I was that kid, man.
Or that dude. Yeah, man. I hear you. Yeah, man. I think this is a good podcast. I think it's a good episode to wrap up on. I really like the content we brought out, and I like how people can definitely go back and watch it for the ones that aren't here. But you wanna talk about a little bit more on the project, and then we'll go into how to, because I wanna respect your time too, and how to go into how people can follow you and all that stuff. So on the project, what other details do you have of it? Like, I know things can change from what you said from before, but what other ideas you have for the project? Like maybe like the plot, if you want to get that out.
Um, yeah, sure. For the plot, I would say, hmm, I think that time of day plays a huge part
Mm-hmm.
of different scenes. It's definitely like when you watch certain movies, you look at the time of day in certain movies. Notice how like there's always when everything is kind of like peachy creamy and going good in the movie,
Yeah.
it's always got like these bright warm colors or
Okay.
some type of really nice colors. But then later on in the movie, there's like these dark blues and dark like blacks and grays, and it's always this darker tone than what it was earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
My plans my plans for any other plans that I have would be um, focusing on the mood,
Mm,
um, focusing on just the overall, just focusing on the overall masterpiece of the movie, trying to make the movie as masterful as possible to our full extent, because
it's good.
we're we're just, I mean, this is really just the start of something that I've never done before, but I have a
Hmm.
lot of vision and passion for, but I've never done it before yet, but I have a lot of ambition.
Definitely, definitely, yeah. Definitely check
And
it out. Definitely check it out, everyone. Like, do you have a title for it? Do you have any title for the movie or for the film?
I don't have a working title yet, but I'm definitely, I don't want it to be generic,
Okay.
but I definitely don't want it to be, I don't want it to be just, I don't want it over the top. I just kind of want something that just says, as simple as just something like Halloween, like the movie Halloween is just Halloween.
Mm,
Like, I want something like just as simple as that, but it explains pretty much what the movie is.
yeah. We'll definitely think of something and closed doors. We'll think of something that's pretty cool, unique.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Great. Yeah. That's really great. Like, definitely everyone watching live and everyone watching in the past broadcasts, definitely check out Tyrese's material. And I'm gonna have all the social medias in the description. I'm gonna have everything down in the links. And we're going to be able to keep up with them in multiple ways, and he'll definitely update you on having the film out in sooner days, sooner months, and having that title out so you guys can check it out. You know, we'll be making different content around it so you guys can be inspired about it and have different ideas around it. And any way for them to contact you at all?
Yeah, for sure. You can contact me on Instagram, and that's pencilneck2121
Okay.
on, and I would say that the best way to follow me is Instagram, because it's just the best thing. I'm always on it. Uh, I respond, I like, I follow, um, I reply mostly through Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So that would
any
be,
any YouTube or any other media that you can do, because like all the medias are like similar in the social media aspect, but like you can do like a video production channel as well, so like YouTube or anything, or just Instagram.
for right now, just Instagram, but YouTube and Facebook will be coming.
Definitely. Cool. Awesome, man.
And they, and again, that's pencilneck2121.
For sure. Everyone go and follow Pencil Neck 2121. Definitely keep up with them in multiple ways and be able to ask some questions. You know, ask him anything you want about any other projects he has, anything coming up around the film, and definitely give him a holler over there on Instagram. So thank you for being here, Tyrese. Thank you for coming in into the
Thank
virtual
you.
aspect. You know, we're doing like the social distance and all that shit, but you know, I don't know if you want to put that in the little SEO for the video, but you know, we're being able to, I guess, respect it in a sense. We were talking about Corona a little bit, but being able to get past that in any way, we'll be able to help people in making this film and being able to give everyone that aspect of Halloween could be more of what it is already. We can bring out a new type of idea to Halloween and respect to all the legends out there that gave Halloween horror and thrill
For sure.
what it is today. So thank you, Tyrese, for coming in. I'm going to end the stream on that and ending this game right here. So thank you, Tyrese, for coming in, and thank you everyone else for watching and listening. I will see you guys later, and hopefully we can have Tyrese come back on the show for sure and give you guys some updates on what he has been doing in general. And yeah, thank you for coming in, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it, man, and it was fun.
Definitely. All right, everyone, take care. Peace out.